Bundaberg rum is one of the oldest and most established brands in Australia, responsible for 85% of all rum sales in the country, which equates to over 1 million drinks sold every day. It has been operating for over 125 years and is the prize jewel in the Australian subsidiary of British giant Diageo. In response to the disastrous floods in 2011, Bundaberg, in association with Leo Burnett Sydney, released the Watermark, a limited edition commemorative rum where all profits went to flood relief. Whilst usually Bundaberg's products would be considered quite low on Maslow's hierarchy of needs, falling under the belongingness category due to its sociable appeal, the high quality Watermark product and the underlying community significance heightens it to the self-esteem stage. It was a high-feel campaign that emphasised the product's intangible offerings when plotting it on the FCB grid. Bundaberg has been working to a higher standard for the responsible consumption of alcohol, according to Diageo's rum marketing manager, Andy Orton. He said in a 2013 interview that they do this by having a strict marketing code, that they market their products to a high standard and in a responsible manner, whilst adhering to a really strict guideline that they govern everything through. Bundaberg rum drinkers are usually considered to be that of a lower class, stereotypically categorised as yobbers and bogans, with the main demographic of Bundy drinkers aged between 18 and 35, with around 6% men and 40% women. This was evident during the circulation of the comedic ads featuring Bundy our Bear. The prototypical drinker is proudly Australian and a bit of a larrikin, yet always willing to give a mate a hand. In an effort to expand toward an older, more refined customer over the last 5 years, Bundaberg has extended the product range with high quality goods for new audiences. Orton was noted as saying, "It is a brand that requires constant evolution and innovation. The big focus for us now is continuing to evolve that brand to bring new consumers in, whilst also retaining the large contingency of Bundaberg loyalists." For the Watermark campaign, the call, however, was put out to everyone across Australia who wanted to help his or her fellow Aussie. Due to the general appeal put out to the Australian public, the campaign aimed to reach as big a segment as possible, reaching out to the pre-established and large Bundaberg consumer base, as well as to ordinary people wanting to give a hand. This fits perfectly with Bundy's ever-evolving and expansive target audience. Unlike most alcohol advertising, Bundaberg's employed an extremely emotional campaign, pulling on the heartstrings of all Australians. A strong point of differentiation not only from other campaigns that they themselves have produced in the past, but it also rejects the advertising trends evident in the food and liquor industries at the time. The objectives of the campaign, along with the rebuilding the spirits of Queenslanders, also had to include the focus on raising visitations to Bundaberg and the other towns to stimulate the local economies. The campaign was extremely successful. People lined up for 76 hours to get their hands on the special edition product at the Bundaberg distillery, and after releasing the Watermark product Australia-wide, Bundaberg sold out within a 7-day period. Watermark products are still circulating through websites like eBay for almost twice the original price, sometimes reaching as high as $600. The Watermark campaign used Watermark posters, commemorative plaques placed in pubs and bars, the YouTube case study, and 16 music festivals to promote the limited edition bottle and the cause. The campaign for the majority consisted of emotional appeals, an appropriate choice for the cause. It also needed to feel authentic. It would have to touch a nerve with consumers, but also generate excitement and positivity about the brand. The use of emotional appeals in Watermark meant that Bundaberg was able to bridge a strong emotional connection with its consumers, creating a jarring dichotomy within the industry. Bundaberg and Leo Burnett Sydney did not go over the top in creation of their copy. The posters were understated and classic in design, the colour palette is simple and reflective of the colours of the Queensland country, the YouTube case study emphasises strength and unity and courage, and classifies the audience for the campaign by stating the nature and spirit of Queenslanders, having a laugh, having a drink, and coming together. Symbolism was intended to play a large part in the Watermark campaign, with the limited edition bottle projected to become a symbol of Queensland's resilience and defiance. The tone of the campaign is conveyed through the use of language and music in the case study and on the poster. It is upsetting, but also informative and motivating. The Watermark was social in nature, reaching out to the local communities affected, and then put out to the rest of Australia via low-cost social media and online channels. With timing being a key factor, Bundaberg needed to get the message out as quickly as possible and as cheap as possible to maximise profits for the flood relief. This would not have been possible through the traditional television and radio channels. The Australian National Preventative Health Agency notes that while television advertising is still the most popular method in terms of usage and spending, the rise of below-the-line advertising, such as social media, is creating a personalised, user-centric and cheaper medium. The Watermark campaign was timely and poignant. in its utilization of media. Even without the use of traditional media channels, it was still widely successful.